Hello guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Maku.
It's Kobayashi.
Another episode for Chainsaw Man. Go ahead and pop it off for us, Kobayashi.
Yeah, this episode is really packed with action. The very first scene, you get to see Himeno's basically dying, not wish, but a sacrifice that she did. Before she completely passed away, she starts revving up Denji's chainsaw.
Yeah, so my prediction was a 50-50. Well, I ended up proving right? Because if you guys remember from the previous video of Chainsaw Man, I had said that someone was going to pull, I said Power was actually going to pull Denji's cord, but Power didn't even actually pop up for the entire episode.
It stated that she ran away.
What's it called? It was the one who with the dying wish who ended up just yanking the cord for Denji. And then he just went on a full rampage. You just see him, he essentially booted up, if you could say that. Because he was dead, essentially. But then as soon as they yanked the cord, he just got alive again. He just started going into fury on the Machete Man.
Yeah, so it's basically a battle between the Katana Man versus Chainsaw Man. And basically, Katana Man is basically like a B-Tech version of Chainsaw Man, if you want to say. The design looks the same. In my opinion, I think chainsaws are more destructive than katanas, but it depends on the wielder. But either way, we get to see the Snake Girl. She requests backup because Chainsaw Man is taking action. So backup arrives. It's like two other people, just normal humans, but they have guns. So then Denji takes advantage because he sees that they're weak. So he actually gets one in hostage. Basically says, you better back off before I actually kill one of your subordinates. But the Katana Man didn't even hesitate. He just sliced Denji and his fellow comrade in half. And it looked like it was over for that battle. But then we move on to Makima's side. And we get to see she's actually not dead.
Big surprise, right? But I mean, we obviously know she was alive. There wasn't too much to say about her being alive. I guess there was two people waiting outside for her.
Representatives of Kyoto.
They ended up going to this temple, this shrine. There was, I believe, around 8 people just lined up there. And for the first time, we get to see what Makima's ability is. Off of speculation, you're just seeing that every single time there's a crow there, they end up not exploding. She ends up, I guess, twisting their bodies until they explode. That's the speculation they gave. Obviously, that's not the real in detail definition of it. There's more to it, but I can't be asked to say it. And we also get to see another person. I'll get to her a little bit later. The premise of them is to get the Chainsaw Man's heart. So that's why when he sliced Denji, he ended up slicing him from the bowel. So then going back to where Makima was at, she wasn't actually at the crime quote unquote scene because she ended up, as Kobayashi was saying, he was in Kyoto, and
for her powers, she has to meet certain requirements. So she requested a shrine, and then as Maku stated, she uses the crows to basically see the target. So basically, she requested 8 murders, the worst death row inmates essentially, and they were gonna die either way. So she uses the death row inmates to kill her target, which is the Katana Man's subordinates, and they're dying one by one, and then the Snake Girl and the Katana Man's the only one alive. So they're like, hurry up, let's pick up Denji and put him in the van. While they're about to put him in the van, we get to see one other surviving member of Division 4, which is Kobane. In Kobane, we get to see how she was still alive. Basically, Arai kind of saved her because he got shot first. But then when Kobane is about to get shot, he protected his body or shielded his body for her not to get shot. And then Kobane basically got like this high and just quickly like dashed to the grandma and like shot her to death.
There isn't too much to go off of it, but what I'm saying, she has like incredible agility. Because later on, so the reason why he's bringing it up is because what ended up happening is that so she's alive. She ends up going to the Katana Man and the Snake Girl, and well, they also were shocked too because they thought she was dead, but she obviously wasn't. He ended up going to her. He ended up pressing her, and then the Snake Girl actually seemed like very aware of her ability, so she must have a really good ability. She actually took the initiative. So what ended up happening, that's when she sent her snakes, and then you see this like very acrobatic jumps and movement to approach them very swiftly, essentially.
Yeah, so the Snake Girl sent her tail, and the Kobane, like Mako said, used her agility to jump onto the tail. And then basically the Katana Man's like, wow, is she a monkey or something with that type of agility? And then she was just evading the snake's attacks. She cuts the Katana Man's like arms off, and then grabs his gun, then shoots him while doing a backflip. It was really cool in my opinion. Either way, and then the girl's like, man, if you're gonna die, you're gonna die inside the van at least. And she grabs the Katana Man, throws him into the van, and then she's trying to start the car up, but Kobane's just shooting at the car. And that whole scene was pretty good, but they got away. And Kobane was basically apologizing to Denji, like, oh, I'm sorry I tried to kill you earlier. Either way, she's felt bad of like Arai. You know, Kobane is like the feel bad type, so she just feels bad about everything.
It's weird. I know a lot of people will agree with me with this, but it was a very cynical laugh when she was crying. It was sort of like a laughing. I don't know. It was really weird to me. I thought she was like also in the same wavelength as Denji, where she was also crazy too, but she was just crying. But it just sounded very sinister, very maniacal the way she was just laughing.
Cause my prediction is, I feel like because even in the manga we still don't know like what her contract with the devil is.
No. Don't read too much into it. I'm just saying that's what she sounded like.
Oh.
There's nothing crazy about it. Anyways, guys, there's not too much to feed off of this episode. Like Kobayashi was saying, there's a lot of action. It's very action-packed. I do recommend to watch this episode, actually. If there's any anime you'd like us to talk about in specific, please let us know. As always, my name is Maku.
Kobayashi.
And thank you.